Hey guys, Matt and Seth here at Up North Sports. Today in front of me I have the KLIM Adrenaline BOA System boot. Now this particular boot, guys, has three different colorway options. Today in front of me I have the black and the blue. In brand new 2017, you'll be able to find it at upnorthsports.com. They've also added a green BOA system to the Adrenaline line as well. Now let's talk about sizing, because depending on what color you like, there are some different sizes available. Now the black colorway, which I have here, starts at size 7, goes all the way up to size 15. Now in the blue and the green, which you can also find at upnorthsports.com, sizes 7 through 14. So the black Adrenaline boot does have that additional size 15, which is pretty rare to find a BOA boot that goes up into those extended sizes. Absolutely. Now Seth, I have a size 10.5 boot, and I sometimes struggle with knowing what I should do. Do I go down and take the size 10, or should I go up and take the size 11? What does KLIM offer that makes that decision a little bit easier for me?
No, Matt, I'm glad you brought that up, because a lot of riders do experience this exact situation. And what's really nice is KLIM has added something to their boot line that's going to make it for a much more specific fit for those people that are in the half size range. What they've sent with each boot is actually a half size insert, and essentially what it'll do for you, Matt, is if again you're wondering to yourself, God, I wear the 10.5. Do I go down to the 10? Do I jump to the 11? Well, it's never a good idea to get too much additional boot, because you're going to start to find some heel slippage. So you don't want to jump to the 11 necessary. But you also don't want to go down to the 10, because you're going to start cramming your toes in there, and it's going to cause circulation issues, and you're going to have a much cooler experience on the ride. So what KLIM will do is allow for that half-size insert. So go ahead and order the boot in the size 11 from upnorthsports.com. We'll ship it to you for free. It'll show up at the house. Try it on without the insert. See how it feels. Walk around the house a little bit. Get an idea. If you're finding it's a little loose, just put that half-size insert in. It's going to lift the foot just a little bit and to give you a much more specific fit.
And that's good to know, because one thing you'll see, guys, in the snowmobile boot industry, there's not a lot of brands that have a half size, so that's something you're going to want to consider. The KLIM Adrenaline boot, that's a great feature that they offer, because I actually, guys, wear the I wear the Adrenaline, not the BOA system, but the lace-up system, and I actually got the size 11, and I use my half-size liner all the time, as I do wear a size 10.5, so it's a really great feature that KLIM offers. Now, Seth, let's talk about how warm are these? How much insulation, the Gore-Tex membrane, are they going to keep my feet dry?
Absolutely, and guys, this boot has been knocked out of the park for quite a few years from KLIM. Very few changes made, because they really have done a phenomenal job. This is a boot that's going to include a Gore-Tex liner, guys, and as we know, Gore-Tex is 100% windproof, 100% waterproof, and breathes extraordinarily well. And it also is going to be included with 600 grams of Thinsulate. Now, guys, that's going to be what I consider to be a great mid-range boot. They haven't jammed it full of insulation up in that 1100, 1200, and it starts getting a little hard to move because there is so much insulation. But they also haven't added too little, so you're going to be experiencing cold conditions and it wouldn't protect you. This is a great mid-range. And now, as far as that's concerned, the comfort out of this as well is next to unbeatable. I mean, the 600 gram Thinsulate, as well as the cut of this boot, offers an extraordinarily comfortable wear.
Seth, let's do a little demonstration and show how the BOA system works on these boots.
Absolutely, and guys, this is incredible. I love the BOA system. I think it is extraordinarily user-friendly. In fact, you don't even need to remove your gloves to use this system. And what KLIM has done, guys, is they've actually included a dual crank system. And I prefer that over a single crank, because again, you get a much more specific fit and a much more versatile boot. Now, if you have to stop and get off the sled, maybe you got a slog, or you're stopping to grab a bite to eat, maybe a drink, you can release a portion of the boot while still keeping your foot secured within. So it's very nice. Now, if you'll notice, guys, up top there is a single crank on the tongue, and there is a single crank on the side of the boot. And what that's going to allow is, again, for a much more specific fit. So you loosen it by just pulling the crank outwards, and it's going to loosen up for you and allow the tongue to come out. Get the foot inside, and all you need to do is press it inwards and start cranking. And it tightens right up. Again, you don't even need to take your glove off for this. This is fantastic, Matt. It does have a coated cable system that is extraordinarily strong. So you don't have to worry about busting this out on the trail. This is an incredible system.
And Seth, if these laces ever break, are they warrantyable? Can I get a new pair?
Absolutely, and that's what's beautiful about the BOA system, guys. Lifetime warranty on any manufacturer defect. You have any warranty issues, you give us a call at 866-335-8500, and we'll get you taken care of.
Guys, this is the KLIM Adrenaline BOA System boot. You can find it at upnorthsports.com, or reach us here at Up North Sports, telephone number 866-335-8500.